And of course, the message yesterday that I was making in one of my videos, I did notice that I did something extremely rude. Now, many people want to chastise me or treat me like trash for doing to them what they did to me. Always amusing when that happens, isn't it? Like it's okay for people to threaten my life, but if I threaten them back, I'm horrible. You guys know how that works. Especially you with siblings. Your brother comes up and fucking socks you in the jaw and runs up and fucking says, Sean hit me! Or, of course, what's the other one? Quit pulling my sister's hair, and you guys know. I mean, it's a sibling thing. Me and my older brother actually didn't have that kind of sibling rivalry. If me and him were fighting, we were actually fighting. It wasn't, he hits me and then I hit him back and then he says, oh, well, Sean hit me kind of thing. Although I see that with most of y'all's kids. But Dallas Richmond, yes, he drank and drive near every day. Usually, though, by the time he was good and trashed, if he was going to go somewhere, it was going to be up to Pump and Pantry to get something for dinner and then back home, and that was it. In the video, there's a lot of stuff that, Dallas is like, well, when Harley does something, everybody just assumes that it's me and assumes this and assumes that. Whatever it was that he had said at the time, it escapes me what the exact words are, and I don't want to give the wrong connotation, but basically that his parenting skills are, in a small town, anything that happens to or with Harley is also going to be representative of him as a father. And of course, you got people who are telling him, that he shouldn't help me and all this, that, and the other, and telling him I'm dangerous and stuff like that. And of course, who was it that put the kids in danger? That was Harley. She admits it. She fesses up that she screwed up. She also is understanding now of the situation that put me in, and she did take the time when I explained it and it had to be in texting, or in typing in Messenger. It was actually across Facebook, but it wasn't like we had a conversation about it in person. It's not like I got to hear the tonal inflection, but I did feel the way that she responded, the way that she acknowledged it. I mean, she was very adult about it. Um, with the previous history with her, I actually didn't expect any sort of adult behavior like that out of her. But the other thing is, I always liked her. I still like her. And I don't mean like boyfriend, girlfriend, just when she worked at Pump and Pantry, she was a very dry, sarcastic lady, and it was fucking hilarious. Like having a fat, sassy Southern woman in the house. It's just, how are you not going to have fun and enjoy the environment when you've got that kind of a personality there that just pokes fun at everything? But the other part of that is that with Dallas being told, and not just, he admitted it. He typed that in Messenger with me that, well, he typed a lot of stuff. He's angry. He's pissed off, and his voice is now on Facebook and YouTube, and people can actually hear the stuff that he said to me. Not all of it. Obviously, I can't afford even parking at the library, so taking my computer and, oh, you can't see it, can you? And of course, all this other stuff, I got a fucked up back. So then, people want to ignore the fact that in addition to Asperger's, that I also have a very fucked up back. I've got fucked up hip. I've got fucked up knees. I am in pain all the time. And most of you guys know that feeling, being in pain all the time, but a fucking back injury like that screws with everything. The day that Natalie Bollinger was gonna that she saved me from committing suicide, I mean it was I hurt my back in October of 2015, and I was at that point, all of my quote unquote friends, I wasn't out there passing out blankets anymore. I couldn't even go travel to get blankets. I was being harassed by the cops every night. I was averaging less than an hour of sleep a night. My life was hell. And of course, my back was screwed up, and that was the reason for it. So, because my back's screwed up, now the cops are fucking incessant, you know? Like, here I am, I've got a disability, and they're using that as an excuse to fucking make my life hell. And that was not okay. So, of course, I was trying to go to my friends, and so many of them were getting angry and pissed off and all this other stuff. And I'm like, hold on a second. Whoa, I'm not trying to call you a bad person. What the hell? No, I'm not trying. What do you mean it's not your fault? I didn't say it was your fault. What does that have to do with anything? But like I've been reporting on for years. Well before Natalie was ever, before I ever met Natalie, matter of fact. I've been reporting about the fact that, yeah, homeless people, the cops won't take a report from us. The news doesn't care. We need people in houses who will speak up. But how's that going to happen if, all right, you're going to pretend like I'm having all of these issues in my life because I'm some sort of alcoholic, fucking drug dealing piece of shit who's out here fucked up on fucking cocaine and shit like that all the goddamn time. And no. Meanwhile, I'm going to people's houses who are offering to help me, and they're alcoholics who are volatile and have the attention span of a fucking squirrel. And then, like with Brett Roloff, that situation there, do you really think that I wanted to record him digging through his own poop? No, I was recording that so that I had fucking evidence. Holy shit. Man, you're lying. You're making that up. You're slandering my name. Really? Really? Because I got multiple recordings with your voice in it, not just that one. It's got your girlfriend Amber in it, and guess what? There's also videos of her smoking meth. So, yeah, dude, you can call it whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, but it's already recorded, it's already up. And see, he apparently didn't know that that was up already. He said I slandered him. I said, you can't pretend that it's slander when it's already up and public on YouTube, and holy shit. And of course, he doesn't want the whole world to know that he was fucking digging through his own feces. He was gonna smoke some of his own poop. But also, he was a witness to different situations than Natalie's situation. People wanted to pretend that I went to Virginia to stalk Natalie and to do all sorts of horrible shit. No, I went to Virginia because I was fucking pressured to do it by threat of suicide by her. But I can't do anything except talk to my phone right now about this shit. I can't go through and process any of this stuff. I don't have the means. I don't have the money. You guys say, well, there's all these places to get you into housing. No, they don't, especially after the situation with housing in Chapel. Jen Beebe was supposed to do that job. Jen Beebe. And instead it ended up being who? Megan Missigatis, the volunteer. So then, of course, Jen Beebe is supposed to help me in person. She's close enough to help me in person. She works at Region 1. Sydney is only 30 miles away. Yeah, Jen Beebe, court ordered in December. And of course, between December and what was it, June 27th, that recording was with her, where she finally answered the phone. Like, that's quite a while. Now, she had called and said she was going to call back once, and then she just never called back. And I called them on multiple occasions. You can hear multiple calls with them, calls with their answering machines, calls with Teal. I made the calls. People say, you weren't trying, you weren't trying. No, don't listen to my predators. Look at my Facebook. I am an asshole. I am not going to fucking pretend. Look at my YouTube. I am an asshole. I'm not going to pretend. All right, I pretend to be an asshole, but I mean, other than that, yes, I'm an asshole. If you talk to anybody who knows me in person, yes, I'm a hell of a sweetie in real life. But you know that saying, if you have to tell people you're nice, chances are you're probably not, right? With Dallas, he doesn't have to tell me he's a nice guy. He tells me he's an asshole. He really is a nice guy, though. When people say they don't want their personal and family business out there, what I'm trying to explain to you is that I was too scared to function because of these things. That lady yesterday who wanted to argue for half an hour, she didn't really want to argue. She wanted to say the same thing over and over and over again as if I didn't hear it the first time. I did hear it the first time. So then when I'm trying to explain her the stuff, then she wants to interrupt me to tell me her assumptions. Well, when you've got somebody, let's say that you're watching Star Wars. Do you stop Star Wars a whole bunch, and every time that somebody wants to stop and ask you a bunch of goddamn questions about it, do you stop the movie and listen to them? Some of you diehards, I know that you do, actually. I know that you'll sit there and explain to, like, your 5-year-old niece every bit of the Star Wars franchise, and you'll show her all the books and everything. I know that you guys exist, but let's just say let's say it's a movie like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, okay? Easy one. Leonardo DiCaprio. So you've got anybody at all, and they're wanting to interrupt you through the whole movie, that if you have to try to explain the movie to them, like say they make you explain the movie over the phone, or they want you to buy the movie and send it to them, or, things like that. And like, all right, the first one, of course, they want you to explain it to them on the phone. Well, how long is What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Can you sum it up? Yes, you can sum it up in 5 minutes pretty easily. But, of course, if they want to know some details about it, like your generalization of it is not adequate for their questioning. So, of course, they are for not adequate enough to, get them the full understanding that they feel they need. So, of course, you try to explain it a little bit more. And you tell them, you should really just watch the movie. And they're telling you, well, you should just send me the movie if you have it. Well, I don't have it. It's actually a Blockbuster, but you can go to Blockbuster. Well, now there's no Blockbusters. There's a lot of stuff that my predators intentionally misled across 6 years. And how is it even possible for me to get any help when I don't have a guardian or an advocate? When the people who are supposed to be my advocates, because that is Penny Cooper's job, that was Jen Beebe's job, that was Kara Heller's job in Colorado as well. This is their jobs. They're not doing it. They're making every excuse not to. They're saying it won't work or things of that nature. Tamara didn't do that. Tamara did not try arguing for 6 months about this stuff. She knew that I was being harassed across the internet from these people, and she knew that I didn't fucking like Chapel. I didn't have any friends in Chapel. Everybody that I knew in Chapel moved. They were all gone. Everybody that was left are people that, like, either they're the ignorant Nebraska rednecks that I never got along with, or, there's people like Brenda Dickinson, who is so messed up on the pain meds that she's taken that, you're not really having a conversation with a human being. And it wasn't always like that with her. Now with Dallas Richmond, of course, with the whole insinuating the wrong thing, of course he did that. Of course Zach did that. Of course they're not going to admit it. But of course I already saved the screenshots. So I mean, you can go ahead and say that it didn't happen. I've got your own words showing that it did happen. I've got my own words showing that I did say the things to you that I told everybody I said to you that you wanted to say as slander. And then you're going to go, oh, well, how am I supposed to remember that, man? I got my own shit going on. I know. I know you got your own shit going on. That's why you should have fucking said something when it fucking happened. But what all these people have, they all have family. With my little sister, when did she actually put an effort into trying to help me? I don't feel that she did. I think that the first day she definitely tried to help me. The first day when she was over there at Dallas's, I believe that that day she was trying to help me, and I believe that, you know, that was only because she got shanghaied into it because she really just wanted to show up and get money for insurance. But I was able to con her into stopping and taking a look at that stuff because I needed her to fucking speak up. I needed her to be family. There's stuff that I'd tried to show her before, and just so that she knew that it existed and listened to a couple of minutes of it. But, you know, when I wanted her to actually sit down and verify the evidence, verify it. I can't put this stuff in public, Tara. I can't take this stuff to the cops unless you go in with me. I'm not going to get help turning this stuff into the cops because I had to deal with a bunch of fucking drama mongers over a bunch of fucking shit that had nothing to fucking do with me, but it's all because of the shit with Natalie. It's like, Sean, I think people might be messing with me because of you. Duh, Tara. Duh. Let me explain something about that situation. I wanted to believe my sister when she said that stuff was going on. I know that with my cameras, I was able to catch actual evidence of these situations actually going on. So, of course, me recording this stuff and Tara needing cameras, and of course I'm broke. I need Tara to stop OCDing off in the middle of fucking nowhere about stuff and actually sit and look at the evidence. And that's just not happening. And of course, yeah, that's putting up some red flags, but there's also the fact that there's PTSD to consider and a lot of the abuse that my sisters had to go through. That part is kind of neither here nor there at this point. But the point is that when I needed my sister to actually stop and listen and read through the conversations with Natalie Bollinger, like all of these people, I tried to explain to them, hey, I need you to read this in public and verify it. And then they're like, read it out loud. Can you read it out loud? Are you capable of reading out loud? I tell you what, you read Natalie's part and I'll read the part that I was typing, okay? We can go back and forth. That'd be easy. I tried that with Stephanie Mejia. Holy fucking shit, no, she needed penis. I tried that with my sister. She was off in fucking La La Land by that point. And Ed is already, by that point, has already fucking destroyed evidence, a whole fucking computer worth. People are like, sending me the Sean, send me the evidence, send me the evidence. Give me a fucking way to do it. Help me to do it. Help me to do these things. You're going to tell me to go to the library and do it. I've been to the library. I have been to libraries in all of these places. When I told people, when they wanted to keep on saying the library in Boulder, Colorado, and they say, oh, Sean, you just don't want to fucking try anything. You just don't want to listen to anybody. You only listen to yourself. Holy shit, dude, I'm the one in the situation. I've been to the library already. I'd been to the library already. If these people wanted to, They probably could have tried to find a way to get the cameras from the Boulder Public Library and actually see if I was at the Boulder Public Library. Yes, I had been to the Boulder Public Library while these people are screaming at me to do this. And I'm telling them, hey, it's unsafe for me to do that. Plus, you get half an hour of fucking internet time there. That's all you get. With me not having my computer, I couldn't use the internet that way. I had to use their half-hour internet on their thing, and you gotta have a fucking library card for that, and I don't. All this stuff you're saying, Sean, you need to do this, you need to do that. You see that I got all this electronic shit now, but I didn't have it back then. I still don't have the computer that I had when Natalie was fucking killed. Wait. Yep, she was dead by that point. Yep, for certain. That piece of paper that fucking cop had said 9mm right on it. And then you guys want to pretend like I should be fucking happy. I am in a constant state of panic. And I need someone to shut the fuck up and listen. In 6 goddamn years, I haven't found anybody fucking capable. Even if they do shut up, in the same conversation, when I finally cue them that, yes, you can speak, I've explained to you the dynamics I'm dealing with in that particular situation, yes, you can speak. And then they do, and the first thing that drops out of their mouth shows that they didn't fucking hear a goddamn thing I said. Are you not understanding I have physical disabilities? I already told you that. It's not just Asperger's, and it's not just head trauma. It's not just PTSD. You tell me it's all in my head. No, physical pain is physical pain. And emotional pain is there as well for a reason. Safety in numbers. Most of these people feel safe in their environments. They feel safe with their spouses. They feel safe with their kids. I don't have that. Anybody can victimize me at any point in time, and cops are going to blow me off, and I have to try to beg somebody to fucking give a shit to fucking help me put a stop to this, so that when people are fucking harassing me and threatening me and gonna fucking assault me, I can go to the cops. But we've got Marcia Estrada and Penny Cooper and all of these other people that I went to about these situations repeatedly doing not a goddamn thing about it. You tell me I gotta go to the cops. I tell you the cops that you're making me go to are cops that took part in this shit. They didn't want to do their fucking jobs, and afterwards they wanted to fucking hide it. They've been slandering me around town, and yes, I need you to fucking pay attention. Stop making me go to my fucking predators to turn in my fucking predators. What the fuck is wrong with you? You say, oh, well, if you were here when I was there, did you try? No, the fuck you didn't. You made a token effort 7 months after the fact. When did you ever write a police report about those situations you were involved in? Or the help that you were trying to give me? Did any of you admit that what I was trying to do the entire time is turn in evidence to the fucking cops? Fucking Christ! Now there's a bunch of shit there for Dallas Richmond. He's a bitch who's never going to come forward. Megan Misigatis is never going to tell the truth. And I don't have the ability to show the truth without help. Those are the people I went to for help with that. Those are the people who blew me off. Those people absolutely as well are taking advantage of the mentally ill tag themselves. How the fuck is an autism advocate gonna advocate for people when she's gonna blame those people, when she is going to do the same things that she's supposed to be advocating against? You don't have to say the words, you're giving me the fucking treatment. And then you want to be pissed off that I give you the words. Stop talking down to me. Stop talking to me like an idiot. And if you're going to keep on shoving your fucking opinions on me over shit you weren't fucking there for, yes, I am going to talk over you and stream over you about what actually happened. If you're gonna fucking judge me for something you weren't there, you give me the fucking chance, right, and opportunity to fucking defend myself before you harm me or do things that are harmful. And then these folks are going, oh, well, Sean, you need to stop streaming on the internet. You need to take that stuff down. That doesn't help you. That doesn't help you. You know what? That's your fucking opinion. That's what I had to fucking do because you wouldn't shut up about your own fucking kids. You wouldn't shut up about your own experiences. If you're going to help me and you're going to offer to help me and you're going to offer to help in a professional capacity, then you need to be fucking professional about it. If you're going to help somebody who's been through severe fucking trauma, you need to stop telling them to shut up about their trauma. You don't want to fucking hear it, Meg? That's what Meg gave me for the first 6 fucking months. She didn't want to hear it, and I had to explain to her, how the fuck are you going to help me if you don't want to fucking hear it? How the fuck are you going to advocate for me if you don't want to hear it? She's like, I'm just helping you get your driver's license and get into housing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's supposed to be Jen Beebe's job. There's somebody being paid to do that right now. Her name is Jen Beebe. She's court ordered by the fucking courts to do it. Okay? Yeah, I know. Your job is only to help me with housing and to help me get my driver's license back. I get that, Meg. I get that. But you need to tell them that. Fuck. And then, of course, there's the fact that I looked through, and yes, she did go to the news and news media about fundraisers for the Autism Society. And you know what? They actually did make mention. I mean, seriously, dude, how are you going to fucking compare trying to con people out of fucking money with trying to stop fucking abuse against not just me, but people like your fucking son? But then again, the way that you're treating me, obviously, I do have to be worried about that. I do have to be worried that you treat your son like he's a fucking retard. Did you ever come see this shit in person? Did you even try? Are you trying even at all to speak out about how this is for me? Are you trying at all? No, you're not fucking advocating. Neither is Dallas. I can't go to an alcoholic for help. Are you fucking kidding me? I tried. When they do fucked up shit because they're alcoholics, it's your fault if you say anything. You're a bad person if you say anything. You're telling their personal business. Well, you're being fucking abused. So, yeah. If that's part of the abuse and why, then goddamn yes, I'm going to say it. But that lady last night, I'm trying to get her to stop and fucking listen to the situation. If you're gonna tell me you want to help me, you need to shut up. And everybody, I gotta start over brand new. They can't stop fucking talking about their goddamn assumptions. I mean, here I am. I've been reading these assumptions and texting for a while, and I'm going, holy fuck, they're taking stuff wrong. I can't fucking type that fast. I am fucking overwhelmed with trying to communicate in texting. I call, and I start trying to explain to her, yeah, the stuff that you're assuming is wrong. I got a bunch of evidence that I want to send to you. Of course, I'm trying to explain that, but then I'm getting interrupted with the, did you do this? Did you do that? Or she's busy with her own stuff. And yes, I get that you're busy with your own stuff. That's why I post that shit up all over the fucking internet. Well, not all over the internet. I only have one place to actually show screenshots like that, and that's on my Facebook. But yeah, if you're not going to come forward on your own, knowing that I'm still fucking being abused over it, you just don't want to hear about the abuse, so it must not be happening. No, fuck you. I'm going to post up the fucking evidence. I'm going to post it. I'm going to put it up for the world to see. And if you want to pretend like I'm a bad person for posting it up, well, fuck you. You're not the one taking the fucking abuse. With Harley, one of those days after I got arrested, it was fucking freezing out. I didn't have anywhere to go. He got all these fucking nut jobs all over town telling people not to help me, not to help me. I'm crazy, I'm crazy. Oh, he fucking stalked that girl. He probably fucking had something to do with her. This is the only place I can get fucking housing. All right, you guys want to assume that snap, 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 all these people telling me, why don't you move here? Why don't you move there? Why don't you stop making fucking suggestions? Why don't you stop? Why don't you find out what's going on? Why don't you actually listen? Why is it that when somebody is telling you about their physical injuries, you magically forget those physical injuries with every one of those suggestions? Now, at first, it's understandable. You assumed. You hadn't watched any of the videos. You hadn't seen my medical stuff that I posted up. You didn't know. That's understandable. You were ignorant. That doesn't mean that you were stupid. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. The word ignorant is not an insult. It can be used as an insult. But then when I tell you, I've got this evidence, will you please look at it? Your assumptions are wrong. Then you want to argue your assumptions like, oh, well, this site said this and this site said that. And like, yeah, I know. I've been fucking looking at this shit for years. Instead of fucking just assuming that everything that you're told is the fucking truth, shut the fuck up. If I believed the shit that Rob Gavigan posted and the shit that Mike Boudet posted, I wouldn't fucking like me. I wouldn't fucking help me. Now, my question is, if you believe that shit, then why did you offer to help me? And why didn't you actually try? When I went there to Shannon Alvarado's, yeah, she was all gung-ho, and if I was there, she'd do this, and she'd do that, and you can use my mail, and you can use the address, and blah, 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 blah. But when I got there, the reality of the situation is she was an alcoholic. The reality of the situation is I couldn't work on that stuff during the day because she was afraid. Well, again, that's one of those things. People want to say I'm being selfish. Really? I'm being selfish and not following boundaries by following the rules to not make those calls during the only time it's going to do any fucking good during the day. During the day. So during the day, I can't make those calls because they don't want cops calling up and assuming that they're fucking abusing a disabled person. They're not. Shannon would never in a million years assault her daughter. Now, Rick McCormick, on the other hand, like, yeah, he's had his hands around her throat. Not okay. That's because Rick McCormick is also an asshole. Her daughter was completely cool with me. I mean, she still did the same stuff she does to other people. Anyway, we'll get back to the situation with Harley. So Harley's there, and Harley is, she's the one that got the kids taken away. She's the one that they had to jump through a bunch of hoops over. They're the situation that I have recorded that shows that, yeah, Dallas didn't fucking assault anybody. He was the one that was being assaulted, and she was throwing projectile fucking weapons at him, and he was begging her to leave the house and screaming at her eventually, "You need to get out of my house." A woman stalker is a scary fucking thing. There's also the conversations that him and I had about her stalking him. And he's like, yeah, dude, fucking it's creepy. It is stalker behavior. He admitted it. She even admitted it. But, of course, his excuse for it and her excuse for it were the same. They both matched up. Like, she's like, but you got to understand, that's the father of my kids. And for him, he's like, dude, you got to understand, like, fucking we got kids together. I can never get rid of her. Well, he could. He could get rid of her in a Gabby Petito kind of way, but who wants that? I am totally against that. If you guys can't get along, just separate. Not so easy with kids, though. It's also not so easy when both of you have chemical dependencies. And although Harley was mad that I was there, that Dallas hadn't thrown me out to fucking freeze in the snow, and yeah, that wasn't the first person at his house that I had heard saying shit like that to him. So yeah. When he says, oh, well, people warned me. I know they fucking warned you, dude. They tried to fucking convince you not to listen, not to look, not to do anything. People went out of their way to cut me off from help. And when I said, thank goodness for Dallas Richmond, I was absolutely fucking being honest. Thank goodness for him. He kept on telling me when I was paying him money there, I knew how much it was costing. It's not like he hadn't let me know. I made sure that I gave him enough that he wouldn't lose the place, because if he loses the place, I lose the place too. I don't have a place to go. Then I got to take all of my evidence and I got to walk with it. I didn't have this vehicle at the time. I'm having to depend on other people with vehicles, and you get to hear from all these people about all these things they did for me. Oh, well, I spoke up about that, and then I was called schizophrenic and a liar. Did you speak up? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You are now. Years later, you're screaming in my face, throwing that in my face, things that I was treated like I was schizophrenic for saying, like everything that comes out of my mouth must be a fucking lie. And here you are throwing it in my face that you actually did that. Why the fuck didn't you come forward, dumbass? And then I ask him, did this happen? 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 Yes, 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 yes. Well, those are all situations. With the Natalie Bollinger situation. Brandon Ratner, did you or did you not help me get from Virginia in 2016 back home to Boulder? Did you or did you not do that? I don't know nothing about the Natalie thing. Where was I fucking at? I was in Virginia. That's the situation with Natalie, dumbass. Anyway, I am overwhelmed because I am alone and I am scared. And that's always how it is. I've been looking over my fucking shoulder for assholes to do fucking stupid shit for 6 fucking years. 2016 was a long fucking time ago, right? No, it wasn't. But it's a long fucking time to be fucking threatened, harassed, forced into homelessness. And people, instead of fucking helping, when they say, oh, well, I was never intending on talking to the cops. Well, you should have told me back then. I wouldn't have wasted my fucking time with you. They want to fucking throw up half-truths. They're not half-truths. They're all lies. With Dallas, with me insinuating in one of my other videos that he was drinking and driving with the kids in the vehicle, I've actually never seen that. Have I actually seen Harley drinking and driving. Yes, I've seen her pull up to the place with a bunch of kids in the vehicle. She said she wanted to go fucking visit some people and have a ladies, a day for herself with her friends, which she hadn't had because she's the primary caregiver of them kids. And then, instead of dropping them off with Dallas like she was gonna, she's there trying to con him into loving her again, is basically what it equates to. And you guys accuse me of being like that. You accuse me of, oh, well, you couldn't take no for an answer. No, Harley couldn't take no for a fucking answer. And of course, that's drama and dynamics. I'm glad for the roof over my head, but these dramas and dynamics prevent me from getting anything done. His incessant need to drown Harley out by watching Game of Thrones, not drown her out while she's there, of course. While she's there, he's trying to pay attention to his kids, and she's trying to fight with her own kids for his attention. Now, they're not bad people for this, and I am still glad for the roof over my head. But there's also the fact that he was there for situations, the things that he told me, if they're true, he needs to come forward. Why would you let people do that to somebody, Dallas Richmond? Why would you let them do that? But then again, with each of these people, when they do something fucked up, or they're involved in a situation where I am still being abused by the same predators that have been going out of their way to destroy evidence and cut me off from being heard by calling me mentally ill and crazy. Fucking help me. Why do you think I'm fucking overwhelmed? I've been talking about this on the fucking internet for 6 goddamn years trying to get help in person. Are you going to look at it, or are you going to fucking argue? And Miss Peaches, did she look at the fucking evidence, or did she argue with me? Even with it in front of her. Even with me having that evidence. It's right there in front of her. It's in my backpack. I pull it out. I set it all up so I can show her. And she's on her word game. She's like, no, I trust you. Fuck! Peaches, Jesus fucking Christ. Now with Hood River, they're going to pretend like I'm fucking schizophrenic because I don't have them fucking body cameras that they fucking have that show them fucking bullying me. I don't have a place to plug in my shit. I don't have the fucking money to take care of myself. And I am fucking abused over shit I didn't do and shit that I had to do. Had to. Because you motherfuckers never actually gave a holy fuck about me. You pretended to, and it was beneficial. I can't turn in shit to the police. All these people who were promising that they were going to help me. Why fucking didn't they? Why didn't they actually make the fucking effort to look at the evidence and fucking speak up? Why didn't Miss Peaches speak up about what she knew? Why did I have to record conversation after conversation with her? She knew this shit was fucking going on by her own fucking admission. By her own fucking admission. When I went to her house on those occasions, I did go. The situation with A-Bear did happen, according to her words as well. She just downplays her fuck up. And then they want to go, oh, well, you're just blaming everybody else for your bullshit. Like, no, I'm blaming you for your bullshit. I'm taking responsibility for mine. Jesus fucking Christ. You guys want to pretend I'm selfish for putting your fucking family at risk. No, you spoke up, motherfucker. You wanted to argue with people on Facebook. That's why people threatened to fucking kill you and your family, you fucking moron. You did that. You did that. You wanted to argue with people on Facebook and on YouTube over whether or not I had killed Natalie Bollinger, and that got you fucking targeted. You wanted to stick up for me, but you didn't take any time between them and now to actually find out. And then you pretend I'm a psycho because I fucking scream for goddamn help. But you see how I was treated by all these people, how it's not a big deal. It's not a fucking problem. My finances and the threats against my fucking life and against my family's life and my finances, that their fucking solutions or that I have to do it by myself. Their solutions are things that cost lots of fucking money. Their assumptions are based, or their opinions are based on assumptions. They assume this pro bono lawyer bullshit. No, look at all of the stuff that cut me off from getting that help. Did I choose that? And how is it possible for me to comply with the courts when the courts are literally preventing me from doing so? How the fuck is that gonna work? If any of these people actually loved me as family, yes, they would have made the time to actually help me. When the cops claimed that these people weren't trying to help, really? Really? Why am I pissed off at these people? Because that was used to fucking railroad me. That was used to claim that I wasn't making an effort, that I wasn't fucking trying, and the reality of it is, none of you were fucking trying. Those of you knew about these people like Layla fucking Johnson and Kara Johnson Miles. You knew that these people were fucking nuttier than squirrel turds. These are the people that I had to fucking work with. You think you can fucking step up and fucking back me up on that? If you can type it to me in fucking Facebook Messenger, you can sure as fucking admit to it. You've already admitted it to me. That doesn't need to go to me. I mean, it does. That's important. But it also needs to go to the police. And it needs to go to the media. Anything that you tell me needs to go to the fucking police or the media. Don't tell me something and tell me to turn it in. If I was able to turn it in, I wouldn't be asking for help fucking turning it in. We can turn it in together. My dad doesn't give a shit to this day about the abuse that I have to go through over that shit. Or the abuse that I have to go through because he financially abused me. Yes, he absolutely did. I am an at-risk fucking adult. He did what he could to deprive me of that resource. That was my bank account, not my fucking dad's. Him lying to me and misleading the situation, that's not fucking okay. But that's the thing about being autistic. That's the autistic fucking mentally ill retard fucking treatment. Everybody else assumes they know better than you. They don't have to look because they have this magic clairvoyance. They can read your mind. No, the fuck you can't. Neurotypicals are stupid. That's why there are people with superior minds like those of us with Asperger's. While you guys want to fucking blame it on your imaginary friends, you want to treat me like I'm a fucking schizophrenic while you tell me that God is talking to you. Holy fuck. I'll take a room full of people with Asperger's any day. Hell, I'll take a room alone with somebody who's got Asperger's and is having a fucking meltdown over hanging out with any one of you any day. That's because somebody who's got Asperger's who's having a meltdown, well, I understand that. And I'm actually pretty good about assisting people in person in situations like that. Personal experience. But then you guys do fucked up shit, or other people do fucked up shit, and I am fucking lashing out because I am fucking taking abuse over all of this stuff. I'm being called a fucking liar, being called schizophrenic, being called all sorts of fucked up shit, and all I'm doing is trying to show the truth. And I'm posting up this evidence on fucking Facebook at the beginning and all sorts of other places. Did it matter? Of course it did. That's the stuff people were calling spam and put me on Facebook bans for. Posting up threats against me and fucking harassment against me that happened before Natalie was fucking killed. Everybody had their own idea of what I should have been doing, but the only way to fight this, the law doesn't work. Everybody fucking admits that. Marcia Estrada admits that. Megan Misigatis admits that. I mean, Megan Misigatis even said she was surprised with having to jump through all this even after trying it with others. Like, apparently she went above and beyond with me, beyond what she's ever done as a volunteer before. But also the things that she tried with me after a great many months are what an advocate is supposed to do. It is the stuff that the cops kept saying that she was supposed to do. That's one of the things that allowed them to get away with the stuff that they were doing, is that they got to claim that I had an advocate to help me with that stuff. That is their job. That is an advocate's job. That is Penny Cooper's job as my caseworker. That is, or was, Jen Beebe's job as my caseworker. But I got to depend on these people, and there's situations where they're doing fucked up shit, and you know, they did the most fucked up shit when they knew they weren't being recorded. If I'm on the outs and I tell Sheriff Scott Costa that he's an ugly fucker, well, I'm on the outs. I can record that. If I'm in jail and I tell Sergeant Todd that he is a giant pear of a man, well, there's no evidence of it. I have no way to record it. They don't have audio recording. It's just video. Of course, my mouth is moving, so they can pretend I'm screaming at them. I did scream a lot. If you're going to deny me my rights, you're going to deny me the right to do it the right way. You're going to make me go in by myself so they can question my credibility as a witness and pretend it didn't happen by calling me mentally ill. You're going to make me go in by myself. I don't care if you're in fucking Memphis, Tennessee, or fucking Hollywood, California. It don't matter where you are. Lots of people had lots of ideas. Do you know how much money it cost me to travel that far? I make $800 fucking bucks a month disability. It cost me $800 to go fucking see you. Then I'm fucking broke. I don't have the money to do shit for myself. Are you actually going to help me with that stuff? Are you? If I actually show up there, are you actually going to help me, or are you going to be drunk? A lot of people say, hey, you know, these people offered to do this and offered to do that. Do you know the full situation here? Do you? Some of these people offering to do this shit are fake fucking profiles. They don't even fucking exist. And you want to throw them in my face as if I'm a horrible person. These are fucking gaslighters, and you're fucking treating me like shit over things that they're doing. I'm a horrible person because when I realize they're not interested in fucking helping me, then they fly off the fucking deep end and pretend I'm some horrible fucking monster. No. You're all horrible fucking monsters. You deserve whatever the fuck you get. So many people that wanted to fucking tell me that I just needed to take care of it myself, and now they're dealing with this shit on their own. They're dealing with similar stuff to what I'm going through, not even nearly close to on the same level, but they want to complain about it and complain about it and complain about it. I'm like, well, you can still come forward and help me get a court date and show the fucking things that have happened to me. You could have spoken up. You could have gone in with me. You could have worked together. All of these people telling me that they're going to help me, and what did they do? Instead of working together and working with me, each individual one had something that they expected of me in exchange for the help that I needed. But they never provided the help that I needed. See, they tried claiming that they, in one of these groups, the one that Cara Rogers, a.k.a. Cara Mia, was in, one of them anyway. It was her and a guy calling himself Evan Daka, and well, there's a few people. Anyway, it was them having a little circle jerk about what they were going to do for me and what to do best with me. No, that's not what I needed. That is definitely not what I needed. What I needed is you guys to shut the fuck up and listen, and that's not going to happen when I can't get past 6 different people who are all rapid fire texting me all at once, and I can't get through to any of them. I can't even make the phone calls I need to make without this thing interrupting me in the middle of a phone call with another fucking text. I'm going fucking nuts. One person. You guys tell me that I got to go in to see these different places and I have to do it by myself. No, you have to go in with me for my safety. Adult Protective Services isn't going to do shit for a disabled person unless you go in with them. That's what you're not understanding. I've called all these places. I've been to all these places. I've been blown off because I have to go in alone. And then you use that as your excuse to back up the fact that it's not going to work to fucking go in 2 in 1. No, safety in fucking numbers. You've got a goddamn witness. But when your witness is a fucking retard, like Megan Misleading, it gets a little fucking complicated. The reason I say retard instead of misinformed, uneducated, or ignorant, she is absolutely educated. She just doesn't understand autism from the autistic side and doesn't fucking care. What she wants to tell you to do is what you have to fucking do because you're the retard. It's not going to work, Sean, because you're the retard. I got sick of that shit and I gave it back. And guess what? She didn't fucking like it back. She gets snarky and gets an attitude back with me. Well, guess what? I 100% fucking support that. I support her getting fucking snarky. God damn it, yes. Absolutely. Now you're getting the fucking point, Meg. I tried to tell you and tried to tell you and tried to tell you and tried to tell you, and you made me get fucking snarky. When I was an asshole, getting snarky on the internet, talking about you being a fucking moron. Absolutely. Now you understand that. Now you, having your words on the fucking internet, you understand that. You are frustrated now, aren't you? And then there's the addition of that illegal firearm. Am I trying to frame her for doing something wrong? No. The reality of it is, that thing never should have been made. When I first came to her about it, I already knew she wasn't going to do shit. I was hoping she would, but I'd already heard enough of this stuff about how, all right, here I was being bullied and threatened and harassed into doing shit, and I'm trying to explain this to her. She's telling me I can't do nothing. I'm in Lincoln. I'm like, I know, you can't do anything about the scenario in person here where it fucking matters. But you can speak up about it. You can do what it is that an advocate's supposed to do. I'm a volunteer, Sean. Will tell the sheriff. She finally fucking told them. She actually, when I was going through some of the stuff, what was it, yesterday or the day before, I realized I have several conversations with her. Because one of them, the one that I was thinking about, was where she had explained it to Hammond, but she had also explained it, I believe, to Holloway, is the one that I found. So I mean, there were multiple officers that she had said that to, but they omitted that information in court. They also, of course, she's going to admit the fact that she basically just treated me like I was a retard that whole time, and that's why I literally had to break fucking windows. That's right, I broke windows. And after the fact, she wanted to say stuff like, well, because there was multiple things that were wrong at that place, and it was a very fucked up abusive thing with Cindy Taylor, and of course my evidence. And I was explaining to her, hey, I was being abused. I needed to get my paperwork. Cindy was fucking being abusive as shit. They weren't getting me my paperwork. Nancy wasn't getting me my paperwork. David wasn't coming over and fixing the things that needed fixed. They were ignoring the things that needed to be done at that low income. In addition to the fact that I'm stuck at that low income, I'm afraid to leave my fucking house to go anywhere, but I gotta leave to go somewhere because there's all sorts of people who I gotta go get a hold of and do things with. Like Christine, I had to go. This is a different Christine, of course. I had to be in contact with her and get my bed and do all that stuff. I still had to go to the grocery store to get my food. I still had to do those things in a town where I'm hated. And when she's telling me this suggestion that I move over and over again, everyone keeps doing that. To where? To where? We're filling out the paperwork. All right. Am I not going through the paperwork with you? Why are you still telling me that I need to move? We need to work on me getting moved. That's what we're working on already, isn't it? Isn't that already what all this paperwork is that we're filling out? Isn't it? Well, with Meg Messigatis, no. No, we weren't filling it out. She was trying to do that the best that she could across the internet with her means. Meg's not a stupid woman. Yeah, I understand these people don't like their words up there. I understand they don't like them misused in that way. But there's also the fact that I'm not misusing their words in that way. Their words are as they came out of their mouths. What, you think I'm a ventriloquist who can mimic anybody's voice? That would be really cool, wouldn't it? So I talk to my phone because I'm alone. I'm afraid. I am incapable of taking care of myself financially, obviously, physically, obviously, mentally, obviously. And the worst thing is when all you want is these people to speak up, to tell the truth. And 6 months later, they're throwing it in your face that they gave you a fucking sandwich 6 months ago. When Logan and Shay were here, we got to hang out a bit, and that's different than being at Starbucks. At Starbucks, people are expected to be courteous with you, especially if they work there. But it's not a safe environment. I mean, it's safe as far as I don't think that anybody there is going to hurt me, but it's not a safe place for my evidence. It's not a safe place for me to sit down and work on that stuff in peace and quiet. It's not a safe place for me to record it and post it on the internet. It's not a safe place to do those things. I had a couple of my videos taken down because there was songs, and these are really important, phone calls with witnesses. And, it gets taken down because there's a song playing in the background in Starbucks, that screws things up for me. And I didn't want to have to do it that way, but look at all these people I'm going to for help in person who are alcoholics, and I told you, and people are fucking threatening, harassing, and intimidating them and trying to convince them not to help me, and as a result, they didn't. And for them to insinuate that I'm a bad person because these people did these things, well, you know what? I'm not a bad person just because Chris Kurth wanted to fucking threaten my life and then try to fucking butter up Sandy Fromm. But these people aren't thinking with their brains, they're thinking with alcoholism and they're thinking with anger. And that is fucking entertaining as all hell to most of you, isn't it? So I should probably repost the thing with Rick McCormick. He is an angry, angry motherfucker in that video, ain't he?